for the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott, running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
All right, a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here on the new Sports Money Network. Thank you for joining me here on our debut voyage here and our new digs, I think. I'm trying to figure out what exactly to do here as we get ready for the show on Friday, May 1st here. Thank you to, want to first thanks to Mikey Money and to Razor Sharp Picks for this opportunity to be in front of a new audience. I think it's a great merger between the two guys and their channels. I mean, this is going to be a big time thing. We're going to cover so many different sports and, of course, the great horse racing coverage. Why not on Oaks Day? Come in with the first day of true action. We had the great show last night with the guys. We had a great show. The games were a little goofy there last night, but some good games too, obviously. So really happy and proud to be here on the new Sports Money Network, and I'm glad to talk to a new audience like we have here. Not too many folks in just yet. Hopefully everybody finds their way over, and maybe I'll do a little salutation to Razor and to the group here as we get our new comfy digs over here. Same name, different place, and new beginnings here with the guys. It's going to be really something special here with more programming, almost wall-to-wall programming. So if you like sports betting, Sports Money Network is your place to be. And I'm just kind of getting comfortable with all of my toys here as well. So might be a little bare bones here today to start the proceedings, but it'll be the same morning steam. We're going to preview all the games here in just a short time, and we'll review a little bit as well. Let's see if I can't work on just a little notch here, the graphic here, and get it started. Thank you for joining me here. All right, let's we'll review some of the action. I want to say hello to some of the regulars that have made their way over here right now, and especially Juan Gutierrez. Great to have everyone over here. I'll be some new folks and some regulars over here as well. Want to say hello to Zane Cole in the chat. Cash Kane is here. Want to get Zane's plays up here. He came in here hours ago and didn't see his plays in there. I better run them in there right now. Great job, Zane. Robert, thank you for finding your way over here as well. And M the Great, thank you. Cleveland Pops is here. And let's see. Also, that might be it. Hopefully we get a few more of the regulars in here. Otherwise, it might be just me talking for a little while. And we'll start the coverage early here today. So, hey, we got to try to be not off the air. We know here on the new network we might overlap a little bit, but look, our Oaks Day coverage is going to start here very, very soon on Oaks Day. And hey, I'm on the record in the Derby already tomorrow, and maybe I'll let you know about it a little later on. But let me recap some of the action here real quick. I know some people will go over the old site, and then I won't be there, and then hopefully they'll do a little search here. I've experienced this before a little bit, and hopefully they'll find their way over here to the new channel. So if you don't mind, let me just maybe give it a little recap. This is how, if you're new to the show, if you're new here to watching me, I usually recap the action a little bit, tell you how I did, tell you about the winners and the losers, and then I preview all the games here on the channel for the day, all the major sports that are going to be played that have betting interest, and then I ask for the chat to give me their comments, and then I flash them on the screen. If they're on the same side as I am, if they're on a different side, doesn't matter. This is your chance to be the star of the show. That's how I do the morning steam. It's all about the chat all-stars and their picks. Yeah, am I going to give some picks here on the show? You better believe it. And we're going to pick every game, but we're going to give everyone a chance to put their picks in. Then we just kind of see what's going on in the world of sports and sports betting here. So let me talk about some of the action from yesterday and how it went with me. And, of course, some of the games there yesterday. Start with the NBA from yesterday here. And it was the New York Knicks early and often. The Knicks routed Atlanta yesterday in one of the most lopsided NBA playoff games in league history. New York won the series with a record-setting blowout. The Knicks led 40-15 after the opening quarter. They led 83-36 at halftime. They shot 64% in the first half, led by as many as 55 points. Well, the Atlanta Hawks were imposters this year, as the Knicks got him. Mikey Money had that one. He had the Knicks. Everybody seemed to have the Knicks. I thought Atlanta. Look, here's the thing. The Knicks had averaged 18-point win in their 3 wins over Atlanta. Atlanta's 2 wins, they averaged by 1 point. They won both games by 1 point. So blowout victory there. Knicks do advance here in the postseason. And if you look at some of the postseason now, it's only 1 series, but the Knicks are number 1 in net rating. Now, is that good enough to get them past the likes of a team like the Celtics here or the Sixers? We don't even know yet, but that's going to be the next series. The Knicks advance. I'll play the winner of that Celtics-Sixers game number 7. All right, it was in that game, of course, the Celtics losing to the 76ers. Tyrese Maxey, Paul George combined for 53 points in the Sixers win, forcing a 7th game back in Boston. The important factor here is Jason Tatum left the game, and then Boston got left behind. The problem here with Tatum, the injury he describes as his calf soreness and ankle. That's usually your Achilles, probably sore here. So be careful. I would say that does not sound great, and you don't want to risk this guy going down again and miss him another season. Now, Boston's got their backs to the wall, but they're going to be at home still. That sounds serious, and they might have to get by without him. You don't want to chance that right now. You want to make sure. I mean, I'd be worried and scared, I think, at this point. With what's going on there right now with Jason Tatum. So major concerns here for Boston heading into game number 7. And they didn't look good, obviously. Once he went out, and the Sixers kind of went on for the victory there, forcing that 7th game. All right. And we had one other team advancing. It was the Minnesota Timberwolves. They've survived the loss of basically 3 guards. They shocked the Nuggets and clinched the series with a victory. Hey, we won that one. We had the under here on the show. I also had the under in Boston, Philly, by the way. So I guess I shouldn't rag on myself too much, even though it was embarrassing to sit here and have Atlanta. But we did have the under on the show yesterday. If you're seeing the show for the first time, I've been doing the morning steam here for the better part of almost, I guess 5 years now, 4.5 years, 4 years. I want to say it's 5, but I think it's 4. I've taken some hiatuses there along the way, but not too many. So anyways, it was Minnesota. Jaden McDaniels, 32 points. Terrence Shannon, 24 points as well in his first start. He was key. Jokic, 28 points in the loss. Jamal Murray, just 4 for 17 shooting, and Denver had 1 basket in nearly 8 minutes at the end of the game, and that was pretty much it. It was bye-bye for the Nuggets and the Wolves. Get that? Important. Without now, look, moving forward, it's going to be tough. You don't have basically 2 of your best players in Anthony Edwards, world-class scorer, and Dante DiVincenzo, one of the best point guards in the league. That's a fact. He's on a point guard on a good team. So the Timberwolves will have to play the Spurs without those 2 players. They won a series. That's a great accomplishment. At least they have the big man to go up against, Wemby. So maybe Gobert can get in his way, but that's going to be tough, actually, to get going. So, all right. Thank you to Miss X in there. Really appreciate that. And I don't know if that's for me. I gotta get ready. I gotta learn how to read these comments in the chat here. So what like I said, please comment. What I do here at the end of the show, and I think it's going to work here, is I will be offering a drawing to win a series of my picks over at winnable.com. This is a show, this is a agreement that I have to be quite honest with everyone in the audience. I provide these guys hopefully with a good show 7 days a week. And in turn, I talk about my picks, my best picks over at winnable.com/Ramon. And what happens is, I give you picks on each game here, but save my best plays over there at winnable.com. You might be familiar with some of the with Razor and his gold level member picks and everything like that. Well, I offer a series of picks as well over at winnable.com/Ramon. And when you subscribe over there, it's just 41 cents a day when you do subscribe over at winnable.com. And look, it's a real nice, crisp, clean way to get the picks. It's really how you support me here on the new Sports Money Network. So you go over to winnable.com/Ramon and you'll see over there my picks. You can sign up for free right now and no charge at all. I send out free picks. I've already sent out 2 free winners today. As a matter of fact, if you like Aussie sports like I do, when you're up in the middle of the night planning on the morning steam show, you go over there, and I've had 2 winners here overnight, believe it or not, already over at winnable.com. Let me see if I can bring this up and take a look at those real quick. See if I can't. I'll fix my. I don't want to come in here and embarrass myself on this new great channel. I'll kind of fix this up here a little bit later. Let's see if I can't bring us a little bit wider shot here anyway, so we can take a look at this. We'll still let a few people ride in here. Maybe if I use my contest banner here, that'll work for now. So you see here, there's my pick for the match coming up right now in 20 minutes. It's free right now on the Sports Money Network. And off of this one for free, I'm taking Arthur Fees +4 at +110, or Arthur Fees +3.5 at +150, or if you want to take Arthur Fees +4.5 at -145. I don't have a problem with that. I'm taking Arthur Fees to hang in there against Yannick Sinner today, coming up in the Madrid Open in just 20 minutes. But here's a couple of winners. Also, if you subscribe for free, you'll get my Cover the Spread show sent to you free each night. I preview some of the biggest games every day, and this will be delivered to you for free when you subscribe. Also, here's the winners we had overnight in AFL, Australian Rules Football, Port Adelaide and Adelaide. This game ended just a few minutes ago, and it was under 175.5. I think it ended on about 155 points. It was a 1-point game in the big Port Adelaide and Adelaide game. And I had my NRL rugby free pick overnight, and it was I took North Queensland Cowboys over the Canterbury Bulldogs, and North Queensland won that game. So that's how you get the picks here. I had some college baseball. I went 1-1 there yesterday. You can see the picks here. There's my MLB free pick from yesterday, game 2, Giants and Phillies over. So this is how you get more plays from me. There's my winner, Sasha Zverev over Kaboli. My MLB premium one yesterday, Diamondbacks and Brewers over. So, and there's my golf for this week. They're underway here in the second round. And there were my golf picks for this week over there at winnable.com. So check me out over there if you want, and I'd love for you to subscribe. And again, it's $19.95 a month for 1 month. I always put extra time on there. You get a month, I'll give you 5 weeks. And it comes out to about 40 cents a day when you use the promo code STEAM at checkout to save 15% off those picks. So really appreciate that. I'll get a little graphic up there soon, but see how it works over there at winnable.com. And you'll be seeing this commercial, me talking about it every day, especially when I'm winning. So check me out over there at winnable.com, and I really appreciate Razor and Mike for allowing me to do the show here every day to talk to everyone and get to promote that here for me, because that's what keeps me coming back. Not to say I wouldn't do the show for no audience, but I'm kind of lonely, so I like talking to everyone about sports and sports betting every day here on the new Sports Money Network. All right, we got a great group of folks in here. I think they're starting to find me over here a little bit. Nick Handy doesn't need any trouble finding me because he's part of the Sports Money Network, doing a great job with that show last night. And AOD has found me over here as well. Thank you, AOD. And I'm hoping to get some more of our friends over here real quick. So let me cover a little bit more of the action from last night in the NBA with. Or let's go to the ice, right? We already covered the NBA here. Let's go to the ice from last night. We're going to get to the plays here in just a moment. But action in the NHL with some winners here for me last night. We had also here Minnesota with the win over Dallas. The Wild win the series. Quinn Hughes, 2 goals and assists. First time in 11 years, the Wild will advance to the second round of the playoffs. That 5-2 win over Dallas. In the end, Dallas just didn't have the offense in that one. They got blasted there late. And the other game, late night, it was the Anaheim Ducks and Edmonton, and it was the Ducks winning at 5-2. Ducks led early. Chris Kreider, Ryan Poling scored early goals. Gauthier had a power play goal in there. Troy Terry scored on a 2-1 break, and the Ducks beat the Oilers to advance here in the playoffs. Good job, Ducks. They had to work hard for that series. They blew their division lead at the end of the year. They came back through with flying colors to advance here in the NHL playoffs. All right, and let's see, anybody else rolling in with us? There's Zane. He's going to go with that tennis play. We got 30 of you. We should probably start here because I'm sure a lot of new viewers here with me right now, and hopefully you'll enjoy the show here as we preview. I'll tell you all about it. But I still have to owe our viewers the recap from yesterday, let you know how we won or lost. We did have some winners yesterday in the major leagues, including Philadelphia Phillies and their win yesterday over the Giants. That was a show winner for us. Also, Washington Nationals took them on the run line against the Mets. Didn't need it because the Mets can't beat anybody. Also, winner here with Baltimore Orioles game 1 over the Astros. Also, we had Kansas City and Oakland game 2 go under. It stayed under there in that one, and that was it for the winners here. So let's go ahead and get the show started, and hopefully everybody finds us over here, and we'll show you how it works. We're going to start off, of course, in the NBA with the Detroit Pistons taking on Orlando Magic. And Pistons are favored here on the road over Orlando. Well, they've been the best team all year, but they've kind of found a team that's been given a little bit of problems here right now in the Orlando Magic. Right now it's 4, maybe 3.5 here in some spots, maybe all spots actually. Just showing a couple of books. And there's 3.5s and 4s. Might leave it 4. Maybe I should make it 3.5. But obviously here last game it was Detroit staving off elimination and getting a 116-109 victory over Orlando. They're not covering, but they did get the win. Orlando won both of their games at home so far in this series, and they're home tonight. They could close out the Pistons with a win, even though they're an underdog here. They've been doing a great job, obviously. They won game 1 at Detroit before falling at Detroit by 15 points. in their worst game of the series. But then Orlando came back with wins 113-105 and 94-88 over the Pistons. And then Detroit lost or won that game, but they did not cover. So the Magic have covered 4 of the last 5 games here in this series. And quite frankly, they're just covering against the Pistons, period. It's not a terrible matchup for Orlando. They've actually been pretty good against these guys. Detroit's form might be even a little misleading. People were wondering if they're, could they be? These number 1 seeds don't usually lose in this position. But Detroit's won 14 of their last 20, but obviously have not covered in 5 of the last 6 games. Orlando's checking the boxes. 5-0 against the spread, 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 overall, and they've dominated this matchup, covering 5 of the last 6 now, thanks to this series. And they've actually won 13 of the last 15 games. So with the Magic already up 3-2 in the series, this is a closeout spot. If you're Orlando, as good as you played, you don't want to go back to Detroit, even though you did win one of the games there. Like I said, you won both games at home comfortably, and this is the one where you could actually close them out. I'm actually going to go over here in the game at 210 or so. The first game at Orlando was 113-105. Now, 2 of the games have been dead solid unders, but it's been the game, it was the second game in the games at Detroit. But here, Detroit, or the winner, has scored, I should say, at least 112 points in 3 of the 5 games. In fact, 3 of the 5 games. I'd say that first game certainly went under, but now the total has just gone down and down and down from that first game. The first game had a total of 220. That 112-101 game would have went over this number, and we're certainly dealing with a series that, does feel like it's kind of dwindled a little bit towards the under, but only those 2 games were really slammed under. The middle game of the series, 113-105, did go over, and the last game obviously went over as well. So Detroit, they need to push this for sure, and I think that's going to be their detriment. I think they feel like they need to make sure they score. Look at the scoring battle that the 2 stars in this game went through last game. They both scored 45 points, Paolo Banchero and Cade Cunningham. So I might be thinking Madge, but I'm going to go with a total here as my first pick on the new Sports Money Network, and I'm going to go over here at 210 in this one with Detroit and Orlando. Now what happens is I go to the chat. It might be a little different today if you're not familiar with it, but my chat pros may make a pick here today. And let's take a look and see what you folks have in the chat, if anything. Here, want to say AOD, thank you. I don't know if I can put his comment. I think I can on the Sports Money Network here, but he doesn't like Orlando. That's for sure. I think I can put that on the screen. But all right, let's see here what you guys are saying though in this one. Kane says over even with Wagner out. Yeah, no Wagner here in this one. So you're missing a top-notch starter too. That's part of the situation here for Orlando, it feels like. Cash Kane, Cade, Cade's in this game. This is a big game for Cade. He's in for the Pistons here. Tobias Harris is questionable. Kevin Herter also questionable here. He's been battling a little bit of injury. Jonathan Isaac is doubtful here for Orlando in this one. Robert will take Orlando. He'll take him on the money line here. And Jermaine is here today as well. So probably a little bit faster show. I don't know if we're going to get everybody here over here. If you're a new viewer, what happens is I usually have a group of anywhere from 5 to 10 folks that make picks with me on the show. And I think they'll find me over here, but maybe not today. So we'll just move on here if we are running out of comments. And that's how the morning steam works. All right, next up. Cavaliers are at the Raptors here, and the Cavs can wrap it up at Toronto, but we know that's no easy task when you're playing at Toronto here. In fact, we think of Toronto as kind of a strong team, at home, and they are, but it's more Cleveland. They were just a crummy road favorite all year long, actually. 17-24 against the spread on the road, 24-42 against the spread as a favorite. So, yeah, they were better I don't know if they've been better in this series, though. Toronto's been pretty terrific here right now. They've covered 3 straight, won 2 of them. The home team has won all 5 games in this series, and the Raptors are an underdog here despite winning at home 126-104 and 93-89. Take your pick, high or low. They were able to beat the Cavs here. Not only that, the Raptors got the money last game despite losing 125-120. Now, Cleveland did win and cover in the first 2 games, but if you look at the momentum swing a little bit, then the Raptors may have been a little bit more dominant in their wins over Cleveland. And then, well, they stayed in there within the 9.5 points in game number 5. So the Cavs here, like I said, they're in position here to close out the Raptors, but the Raptors at home, we know how good they are. And not only that, Cleveland just has a tough time here in Toronto, no matter how you look at this. Toronto, maybe the sharper side here, it feels like, but let's see how you guys have it. If you want in the chat, you can comment with me. Cleveland continues to win games, but are a spread liability, going just 7-13 ATS in their last 20. This matchup has given them trouble. Toronto has covered 6 of the last 8 meetings between the 2 teams. The Raptors have been pretty good at home. I mean, they've covered 5 straight now at home, including the 2 in this series. And they historically are strong hosting Cleveland. They've won 12 of the last 16 matchups between these 2 teams straight up. So I don't know, with the line in the road favorite range, the home dog to me might carry a little value here. And maybe we'll get a tight game for once out of some of these. We did have some pretty great games so far in the NBA playoffs. They kind of clunked here now that we're getting to the elimination portion of it, it feels like. But everything points to a close one here in this one. And also here, both teams do trend higher scoring recently. Cleveland over in 6 of 9. Toronto over in 4 of 6. And like I said, this has been pretty much an over series all the way. The first game, game 2, did go under. It was 115-105. It went under by 1.5 points. But now you see this total, kind of going down a little bit here. We're at 220 still, but I'm showing some books 219, 218.5. But so games 1, 3, and 4, or 1, 3, and 5 went over. Game 4 was a dead solid under, 93-89. We know that. But yeah, you could argue that Cleveland-Toronto total, did go very, very close to it here. And I'm known, if you're just joining me here for the first time, I'm known as an under player. That's why I've joined Razor's channel. But I'm going over in this one with Cleveland and Toronto today. In my opinion, what's going to happen is Toronto is probably going to be able to surge out here a little bit. Yes, do the Cavs have that reputation, that defensive profile? Yes, but they do play at a faster offensive pace than their defensive profile suggests. And Toronto's home scoring splits do tend to push totals upward. The number here could be, right on or efficient, but I think if you get some late game fouling, some shot making variance, I'm going to go over again here with Cleveland and Toronto here in this one. Cleveland 23-17 in the regular season to the over on the road. Toronto was a very, very solid under this season, particularly at home, particularly as a dog. But just from what I've seen in this series, to me, 3 of the 5 over and 1 missing by 1.5 points. And now that you're back here in Toronto, where that first game was 126-104, I'm taking another over in this one tonight here in this one. All right, let's go see if any comments here. Cash Gain says Cavs on the money line. 9 Legacy is here, says Cavs, or it says Magic money line, Toronto money line. Cleveland Pop says they can wrap it up. And Robert's going to take the Raptors here in this one. All right, let's go out west now for our final NBA game here with the Lakers taking on the Rockets. Rockets are going to be a home favorite here now. And, well, is Tinseltown going to start feeling the heat here at this point? No team has ever come back from a 4-0 deficit. From a 3-0 deficit in NBA playoff history. What's the record of teams winning playoffs when they are down 0-3? 0-160. If there was one team that could blow it and blow a 3-0 lead, be the first team in 161 games to do it, maybe it's the Lakers. I don't want them to be. I'm a Lakers supporter, but the momentum has shifted, and it is uncomfortable right now. Got to be for the Lakers at this point. They're going to get 2 more chances here. Luka's still out. KD's out. I mean, you got to take advantage of this, and the Lakers have, for the most part, taken advantage of KD's absence, but the last 2 games have looked like they've lost their way. That last game, the Lakers could only manage 93 points in a 99 and 93 loss. Lakers look very solid there in those first games, covering as well at home. But on the road, they did lose to Houston, 115-96 there. Now they have won here at Houston as well, 112-108. But losing at home when they could have closed it out, and KD missing the game. Now the Lakers, should they lose, they're going to get another chance at home. They might be an underdog in that one. I guess if you looked at this spread and you just took it back over to LA, maybe it'd be a pick-em. But we'll also see if Luka can make it back. The way he hasn't been able to play so far, you wonder if he's even close. There's no timetable. Nobody said anything about Luka's return. And as far as KD is concerned, sure, it's easy to criticize KD. Where is he? Disappearing in the playoffs, finding excuse. He only missed 4 games in the regular season, but he's about to miss another one here in the playoffs. So, all right, they'll see what you folks might do here in this one with the Lakers. They on the surface, they look like the more reliable team even still here. The Lakers are 6-2 ATS in their last 8. They've dominated the Rockets, actually, covering 8 of the last 11 between the 2 teams. And that's kind of in the, last 2 years here. So while Houston has been strong at home, their spread profile is pretty weak. They're 38-49 against the spread this season. They were 17-24 at home this season ATS, and 30-42 ATS as a favorite. So the pricing is peak home performance here, but it feels like the Lakers, they have the experience, they have the half-court execution, but I feel like it's like the walls are tumbling in here. I don't feel confident that the Lakers, I think they're going to have some problems with their neck. I think the macro trends are kind of conflicting here. I mean, the Lakers are, kind of an under team right now. The Rockets have been flying over into the playoffs, and now even so here right now, basically over in 8 of their last 10. But could that be resolved by the matchup environment? Houston games have constantly been flying over, and the head-to-head's been a reliable over as well. 5 of the last 6 over when playing in Houston between the 2 teams. So even if the Lakers play at a slower pace, Houston forces tempo and shot volume here that kind of belies the 206. This series has been, sitting here in the mid to high 200 range of the whole series. We've still had some overs. The 2 games here in Houston went over. The 3 games in LA went under. So I don't know. I think if it does go over, I think it favors Houston actually here, and I have a feeling that's the way it's going to be. I think Houston's going to win. Houston's going to cover. I sure hope the Lakers, I'll be rooting for them there to come back and win it. They're going to get a chance at home. I think we get 7 games here, and I don't know. Don't be that team, Lakers. Don't be LeBron on the way out of his career here, be the only team that ever lost, and they'll say it. You can talk about LeBron's successes. winning championships and with the three teams, but they might even talk about he was the first guy to lose 4 straight games after leading a playoff series at the end of his career. The total is pretty modest relative to modern playoff scoring. I think the value might actually sit with the over here in this one. They're really bringing this one down, and probably with good reason after 192 points were scored in the last game. But remember, the one before it here at Houston, that was a Houston blowout, and it still went for 211 points. So, the Lakers have some scoring suppression. Let's see if the chat says anything here. Rockets for Robert. And Rockets on the spread, 4-9 Legacy. Cleveland Pops is going under here in this one. All right. That's a look at the NBA. Should be good tonight. Make sure you're joining us here on, I think we're live tonight. I think we're live every night on the Sports Money Network nowadays. I love it. And I'll try to get confirmation of that. But I'm pretty sure we're running some shows. And you'll be seeing me on some of those shows too. Okay. Going to go to the ice here real quick. Let's preview 3 games on the ice tonight. And we'll start it off here with the Lightning on the road. They're taking on the Canadiens here. Vasilevsky and Davis here for the Canadiens. You've got Montreal here right now, ready to close it out, possibly at home. Oh, it's very exciting. Montreal leading the series 3-2. They've outplayed the Lightning. I know it. They've totally outplayed the Lightning, I think, in this series. Lightning do have wins here, 3-2 and 3-2. Montreal won their games 3-2 and 3-2. I'm not kidding. Every game in this series has been 3-2, except for game 1, which had a bizarre score of 4-3. Montreal was able to get the win there in game 1 on the road, 4-3 over Tampa. Game 2, Tampa won at home 3-2. Montreal won the next one at home 3-2. Montreal won on the road, or Tampa won on the road 3-2 at Montreal, and Montreal came back in the last game, won 3-2. What are the chances that we just want to bet the game 3-2 and try to hit it again? Could they go 5 games in a row at 3-2? Get ready to comment in the chat if you want on the hockey. Preview the game here a little bit with these two teams. But, man, Montreal just feels like the more trustworthy side. They're 14-5 in their last 19. Tampa has the glory. They've been there before. Montreal has not been there in recent years, right? I mean, Montreal is one of the winningest franchises in sports history. But it's a long way from winning those 4 Stanley Cups in the 70s. Here with Montreal. And remember, they did beat the Kings, and if there wasn't for a curved stick in that one, Kings might have won it. 1993? No, I'm trying to remember. So got the Habs here. Tampa kind of trending the opposite direction. They're 2-4 in their last 6, 2-5 in their last 7 on the road. They've struggled in this matchup as well. Montreal's won 5 of the last 7 meetings. Canadians might have the slightly higher projection here right now at home. And I think their defensive consistency gives them an edge here, basically in a coin flip. They're actually a slight dog. And this kind of aligns with the current form and matchup history in the series right now. Now, look, every game's been 3-2. Maybe it's just too easy to say, give me the under, but that's what I'm going to do. I love me some unders here, and both teams are on heavy under runs. Basically, they've just played 4 straight games of 3-2. What do you want? Tampa's gone under in 5 of 6. Montreal's gone under in 5 of 5. The head-to-head, of course, is under with this series too, 6 of the last 7, so a few more games. So I don't know, this is already shaded to the low. Both teams are playing tighter low event hockey right now. So unless there's an outlier in special teams, which I don't know if we'll necessarily get that here. I mean, you have teams that are kind of Tampa Bay middle of the road in their power play, and Montreal kind of middle of the road in their power play kill. We know Tampa does have a more stout power play kill, 3rd in the league. And defense too. Basically a top top 3 defense in the league, but Montreal was 7th in scoring this season, 2nd shooting percentage, and 10th in power play. And no doubt one thing Tampa does do is give up power play opportunities. They do kill them, but they kind of give it up to there. So, all right, let's see what anything here in the chat. I'm going to take the under in this one with Tampa Bay and Montreal because the score is going to be 3-2. If you didn't know already, I mean, you just want, you got to pick exact scoreline 3-2, even if they drop it down to plus 200. They might do that. They should do that, right? Tampa money line here for Cascade. Cleveland Pop says take all 3 games to go into overtime. I mean, you're going to be getting 3-1 on that, on each game at least. Robert's going on the under. Robert's on the halves. Thank you, Robert, for commenting today. It's you and Kane, pretty much. They'll find us over here. I think our friends will find us over here. They just got to, do a little searchy search. We'll get the word out to them a little bit here. All right. I promise you we got a lot of guys comment in the chat, but it'll be a little bit slow going here when we get started on the new Sports Money Network. Bruins and Sabres here in this one in Boston. Now we know Boston has been a terrific home team, and they're just terrible. They're not good on the road. I'll say, yeah, they were pretty terrible actually by the end of the season. And Buffalo's been terrific all year long, it seems like, except for that first month or two. But they've won all the clutch games, it seems like. Now, give Boston credit. They did win last game in Buffalo. In fact, both of Boston's wins in this series have come at Buffalo. Buffalo's already won here in Boston twice as well. So this is not a home-dominated series. This is a series where the road team has won 4 straight games. Well, Sabres, they're pretty good at winning games on the road, aren't they? Here, they're even money in this one. Sabres have won here already 6-1 and 3-1. So I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe you do want to win it here on the road. Now, if the Buffalo Sabres do win, they advance. They're up 3-2 right now in this series. So right now, Bruins' backs are to the wall, actually. Buffalo brings the current better form, 7-3 in their last 10. They're on a elite road run, 16-4, last 20 on the road. But, you could say Boston's home ice profile does override it, as they've been, like I said, strong at home, just not so strong on the road. Bruins are 15-5 in the last 20 at TD Garden and 13-5 hosting Buffalo over the last few years. But in last few years, I say it's actually probably right there last 3 years. But that was against a different type of Buffalo team, at least before this year anyway. The matchup has been structurally favorable for them in the past, but this year it's been a little more even. I think the projection here probably has this just as close as it looks in the odds. Boston's got a stronger defensive baseline here, probably in the range of allowing 2.9 to 3.1 goals per game, and maybe they play better in a near pick 'em. This could be a buy low spot for some, but man, the Sabres seem to get it when they need it, when they want it. That's when they seem to come through right now. Both teams lead under in the profile. Boston especially drives that with 8 unders in their last 12 games here. This series has been under in 3 of the 5. But note, the losing team in the last 3 games has scored just 1 goal. Game 2 was 4-2. Game 1 was 4-3. The scoring's kind of got lower. Now, Game 4 was 6-1, but Buffalo took advantage. I think they got a couple of empty netters or so. Didn't they pull the goalie early? Boston did. Trying to remember now, but Boston's preferred pace does suppress Buffalo's offensive efficiency. So I think if Buffalo wins, it might get over the total here, and I kind of want to go over actually. Buffalo. Here they've already had a 4-goal performance and a 6-goal performance. The Bruins' structure at home does tend to dictate the game script, but I'm going to take the over here in this one. Boston and Buffalo here tonight. Okay, here's Robert on the Sabres. 9 Legacy says take Montreal and Boston. And Cash King likes the Sabres money line and over. One more on the ice tonight. We'll get to baseball. It's going to be the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm here in Vegas, and they're going to be a slight road favorite here at Utah with Vejmelka in goal going up against Connor Hart here. Now, here's the thing. Vegas can close it out as well here. Been a great season for Utah. They've totally turned this franchise around. They were left for dead in Arizona playing in a 5,000-seat arena that Arizona State hockey plays in. Yeah, Arizona State plays hockey. And they couldn't even sell it out back then. In fact, when they closed the arena, they tore down the jerseys out of the Raptors and decided we'll just throw legendary Arizona Coyote star Shane Doan. We'll just throw the jersey out. We'll just put it. It was retrieved from the trash can out back of the arena. That's how much they cared. Turn the clock 2 years later. Utah's got one of the most raucous home crowds in the league, and it's a big factor. But the Golden Knights might be just a little bit better than the Mammoth. Still, this series has been tough, and the Mammoth has had their moments. Utah here won a couple of games to take a 2-1 lead in this series, but Vegas has won back-to-back games by the score of 5-4. Both have been overtime. The last one in double overtime. That was a tough one. It had some fluky goals, but Vegas won the opener at home 4-2 and lost 3-2. Then Utah came back and won 4-2 before Vegas grabbed 2 back-to-back victories, one on the road, one at home. I think they have the experience here, actually, that it might supersede all this hot Utah momentum here, even on the road. Now, Vegas will get another chance to come back home should they lose, but I don't know if they will. I want to take Vegas here, I think, in this game to close out the series at Utah. I think the experience might come to the forefront here in this one. Vegas has won 10 of their last 13. Utah's just 3-6 in their last 9. Even with Utah's home scoring environment, I think Vegas has a stronger matchup profile right now. The projection here, look at the odds. I mean, look at the odds. Of all 3 games, they were basically all the road teams are minus 115. Yeah, there's a little bit of variance. You might see, oh, no, it's not Ramon, $1.22. I don't care about that. It pretty much is the road team barely favored in all 3 games. So much for puck lines here. This is going to be a good night of hockey, no matter how you look at it. Should be some close games. Now, this total's tricky because there's conflicting, what does Mikey Money call it? Some conflicting zeros or intersecting zeros. Vegas's road trend is under at 10 of their last 14. Utah's home games, though, are strong over environment, 8 of the last 10. I think you add in the recent form, though, Vegas 4 out of 5 over, Utah 6 out of 7 over. And you might be looking at a pace-driven spot by Utah's style a little bit, it feels like. So maybe the over gets the nod, but I'm going to take Vegas here as my pick on the morning steam on the new Sports Money Network. Give me here the Golden Knights to win on the road, close out Utah. I think the experience prevails. Obviously, since Vegas has made the coaching change, they've been very, very strong. Could be argued they were playing a very weak schedule there in the end of the regular season, but give them credit here now for what they've done to put themselves in a position to win on the road and close out the Mammoth. They've done a very good job, but let's see what the chat has to say here, if anything. This is where I go to the chat usually and put up a bunch of plays, but got kind of a short crew here right now until we get figured out. Cascade's on Utah. Robert's on the over here, and Cleveland Pop says BGK on the money line, and Robert is on the draw. Oh, the draw. Could be some draws in here today, right? Look, every game about as close as you can get. If you don't take that draw, how about like a draw parlay or something today? Could they all go overtime? All right, 9 Legacy Utah Mammoth. So got some support there. That's it. That's it for hockey. Here, let's go to baseball. We got a full slate of games, so we're going to be here a little while. Don't forget our Derby Day, our Oaks Day coverage starts here in just about a half an hour. Welcome to go on over there and get going. If not, you can ride with me here right now because it'll be a few minutes. They're probably about a 45-minute excursion through the major leagues today. And let's get started. It's Friday, so you know what that means. Half of the Fridays we'll have the Cubs going here. With the Diamondbacks taking on the Cubs and Colin Ray. Diamondbacks here, an underdog. Cubs favored. Cubs coming in here playing great, man. 2 more wins here of late, and they're 19-12 right now. They did have a little bit of a tough ride there last week against the Dodgers and the Padres when they went out west, but they actually beat the Padres in the last 2 games and won the series. Meanwhile, here, Arizona comes in off of a series win or a series loss to Milwaukee, giving up 13 runs in 2 of the 3 games, 13 runs in both of the losses to Milwaukee. Zach Gallen goes, though, here for Arizona, 3.14 ERA, 1-1 record. Ray, 4.61 ERA, and a 3-1 record. So, Colin Ray, kind of a durable pitcher here. Certainly with Zach Gallen, a guy who's had, is supposed to be recognized here as a very good pitcher. He's had his moments, though, where he's kind of been down a little bit, but hey, maybe he's found his way here. I've been talking about Arizona for the last couple of weeks as one of the better teams in the league. Their record maybe not quite showing it yet, but at 16-14, don't forget they're in a very, very tough division, and they've had their moments already, and I think they're going to continue to improve in the best division in baseball. I think the National League West. Chicago might be the cleaner side here, though. The Cubs are 12-3 in their last 15. They've won 8 straight games at home right now. Also, Gallen, maybe the better name, but the Cubs are rolling. Arizona's bullpen. 5.03 ERA right now coming into this one. So both teams have over trends, but checking the weather here in Wrigley. Now, usually the total will dictate, but it's cold. Mid-40s here, kind of cold for me. Wind blowing in from center field, though, 8 miles an hour. So I think when you got that total, at 7, probably looking at a game that, is going to be a lower scoring game here. Whether or not you can stand the 7 there right now, we'll see about that. So I've been pretty high on Arizona here of late, and I'm going to take them as a dog on the road, actually, to win this one. Give me the Diamondbacks over the Cubs today. I'm trying to prove something here with Arizona. Chicago's been awesome. They're 19-12, no doubt, but maybe Gallen is slightly the better option here today. 1.36 whip. Ray 1.28 whip, slightly better, but I'm taking Arizona here in this one today on the road to beat the Cubs. The chat can comment here as well, and we've got Cubs money line here for Robert. Cubs till they lose. They're playing great baseball there, says Cleveland Pops. Cash Cane's on the Cubs. They're all on the Cubs today. I probably should have went to the total. My sports money chat is on the Cubs, and I just gave out Arizona. Oh, boy. All right. Well, look, I'm kind of partial right now. I've been talking up Arizona here for a few weeks right now, and Corby Carroll hitting almost 300 right now. Vargas has been a revelation. Arenado's starting to pick it up. And Fernandez has been really good here so far this season. But the Cubs have had some big moments here with PCA. He's starting to get on track a little bit. You got Chad Kelly here. You got, hey, how about Mikey Money's favorite, Moises Ballesteros so far? 338 average and 5 home runs for the catcher of the Cubs. All right, that might be it from the chat all-stars. I hope we find some of them in here. 9 Legacy has the Diamondbacks in that one. Okay, here we go. Next up, the Rangers are on the road taking on the Tigers here. Mackenzie Gore goes for the Rangers. He's up against Jack Flaherty of the Tigers. Rangers coming in here 15-16. They've lost 3 of 4, but do come in here off of a win last time out. They were able to knock off the Yankees. Lost the series though, but did grab a 3-0 win to end the series there at home. Detroit, meanwhile, did lose their series to Atlanta, but did pull off the win there in the last game, 5-2. So Flaherty here going to be a slight favorite. Looks like about $1.20 here. The total looks like it's gone down here a little bit. Seven. And you know what? I think 8. I think 8 under 20 is the line at most books. I'm going to update that. Whoops. There we go. Whoops. There we go. All right. Rangers and Tigers, $1.20, maybe 8 under 20 here right now in this matchup. Detroit's strong at home and weak on the road. That's just the way it's been so far. Detroit's really struggled on the road, actually. They're 10-2 at home, however. 12-9 is the favorite. Texas, they play in some very low-scoring games, particularly at home, where there are a monster at home. 2-12 to the under at home, but 10-5 to the over on the road. Interestingly enough, Detroit, they're just a half the games are over, half the games are under right now. But Flaherty's got a 1.74 whip and poor batter versus pitcher in this game. There's some of the Rangers that do have some success against Flaherty, so kind of hard to trust Flaherty here at a favored price, even against the Rangers here. But you got to wonder, the Rangers are having so many woes offensively here right now. This series has been very low scoring in the past between these two teams, but mostly in Texas, of course. Texas has gone under in 5 straight, but again, those were at home. Detroit and Texas have gone under in 6 of the last 9 innings. Rangers bullpen has been incredible. A 2.82 to lead the major leagues right now. But again, a lot of it been racked up at home. So I'm taking the over in this one. They're back on the road here right now. Be careful. Here comes Detroit at home a little bit. They've had a few unders here of late too. They've gone under in 3 straight games, but gone over in 6 of their last 10. And again, Texas, like I said, yes, they're a big under. When they're on the road, they're 10-5 to the over so far this season. And Mackenzie Gore, numbers aren't terrific. So give me the over here in this one, Rangers and Tigers. That's my play here on the Morning Steam Show. Let's see what the chat says here with Cubs. Oops. Rangers here for Robert. He also likes the under. The Reds are taking on the Pirates here with Brady Singer going up against Mitch Keller for the Bucks. Keller, a 3.18 ERA coming into this one, 2-1 record. Singer, 4.96 ERA, but a 2-1 record. The Pirates are struggling here all of a sudden. What happened to that? What happened to that great start? That's what I need to say right now for the Pirates, because remember, they were riding high at the beginning of the season. Now all of a sudden here they are at 16-16. You're taking on a Reds team that's 20-11 right now. I mean, feels like a playoff contender here at this point. Pittsburgh really has not looked good. They just got swept by kind of a division rival there in St. Louis, 4 straight at home, and you got the Reds coming in here that just won a series against the Rockies. I got that. But the Reds are 10-3 on the road so far this season. I mean, they're 7-8 at home. So they've really been, or 10-8, I think 10-8 at home, but still. Pittsburgh's lost 7 of 10 coming in. They're the better, hotter team here right now. What can you say? It's the Reds. Cincinnati's hot and they're profitable. In fact, they're the most profitable team in the league. I think they're up 10 units already. But Keller has the starting pitching edge maybe here, 3.18 ERA, 1.15 whip. 1.15 on the whip here. Let's see here.
Final.
Pittsburgh, this 5-game skid has been ugly for sure. Maybe could be a buy low spot for some, but still, you're laying a little bit here too at $1.25, $1.30 here right now. Cincinnati's gone over in 6 straight games. Pittsburgh's gone over in 5 of their last 6 at home, and Singer does create some traffic, 1.62 whip, but Pittsburgh just not, I don't know if they're just not looking that great right now. All of a sudden, and they're, starting to give some back here a little bit. So I'm going to try the Reds here as a dog today in this one. They might not have the best of the starting pitching matchup, but the Reds are one of the best teams in the majors right now, and they are strong on the road at 10-3. Pirates in this slump here. I'm going to try the Reds at plus money in this one. Okay, let's see. Cleveland pops. He's on the Reds. The Brewers are on the road here, taking on the Washington Nationals. Brewers, Nationals. Sounds like a cookout at Razor's house right here. I'll get some Hebrew Nationals. Got some beer going on. Got a $1.55 price on the Brewers, though. And the Brewers are 2 games over 500. Washington's 2 games under 500. Now the Miz, a pretty good pitcher, a pretty good prospect. Jake Urban, not so much. But Urban, 4.85 ERA, 1-3 record for the Miz. 3.3 ERA, 1-2 record coming in Milwaukee. Has won 3 of their last 4, but Washington's hotter. Washington's hotter. They're hotter. Washington here coming off a series win over the Mets. Maybe they're playing an easy team there. They did beat them 14-2 and 5-4 after losing that first game 8-0. Milwaukee, meanwhile, did win their series over Arizona and scored 13 runs in 2 of the 3 games. Man, it's a lot of runs. But this is a big price, man, for Milwaukee right now. Yes, Washington, get this. They're 3-10 at home. That's not great. But Milwaukee's not putting teams away just yet. This Washington offense is still one of the better offenses in the league right now. They've started to slip a little bit, but they're still second in total runs, second in RBIs, and they're playing some good small ball. They're not crushing it in hits. They're not even crushing home runs. They're kind of mid-pack. But they continue to play well offensively. And not only that, Washington's been kind of a big dog profit team and come in 4-1 in their last 5 right now. Milwaukee does have the better statistical starter in Mizorowski, but Washington's dog profile, and Milwaukee's had some losses, some woes here a little bit. Now the series does scream over in this one, but I don't know. Mizorowski here, look, if Urban at home can be a little bit better, it seems, but 8 of the last 9 meetings between these 2 teams have gone over right now. So we'll see. Urban could get hit here. Washington's got that offense going for sure right now. I'm going to go ahead and take the Washington Nationals on the run line here at plus 1.5 minus 130. So I think that's pretty good. I think the Nationals are playing okay here right now. They're staying afloat anyway at 15-17. I think that's pretty good for them right now. And the Brewers just 16-14. Remember, they started hot and then hit a slump. They've been streaky. I'm going to take the Nats on the run line. Here is 9 Legacy, likes the Rangers money line and the Brewers. Hey, want to say hello to but Jalokia. I hope I said that. Hope I said that right. I hope I said it wrong, actually. Butte Jalokia. Who do you like in the Kentucky Oaks today? Hey, we got our coverage. of Oaks Day here, starting momentarily, Butte. So I hope you enjoy the coverage with Razor and the guys. I am a horse racing guy. I plan on making some. I'm gonna tell Razor, I'm gonna come on the show tomorrow if you'll let me call the race. How's that? I want to call the Kentucky Derby tomorrow. I want to call the race tomorrow on the new Sports Money Network. Robert's on the Brewers here, first 5. And I may even sing my old Kentucky home tomorrow. The sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. 'Tis summer, the people are gay. The corn tops ripe and the flowers in the bloom, while the children sing song all the day. Weep no more, my lady. Oh, weep no more today. If you want to hear me sing the whole song, tune in tomorrow to our Kentucky Derby coverage, and I may even call the race. All right. Let's see here. Hey, I'm ready to go. All right. That gives me the pick there on that one. I'm going to take the Nationals on the run line. Next up. Oh, wow, I'm going to go into I got to get in the Discord going. All right, Orioles and Yankees here. The Orioles have not officially named their starter yet because I believe they'll have to make a concurrent move here to get Cade Povich here, who will start today, the left-hander, 2.19 ERA. Warren here, 2.59 ERA. This is a very good matchup, very good pitching matchup here right now between, two pretty good teams. The Yankees, of course, are great, but Orioles have done a nice job here, 15-16. I don't think we're going to totally bag on these guys just yet, trying to keep pace with the Yankees and the Rays. They're obviously ahead of the other teams here. Baltimore did win their series against Houston at home. The Yankees, meanwhile, won their series against Texas on the road, 2-1, although Texas won that last one. Baltimore is just 3-7 as an underdog here this season. Yankees are 16-14 as a run line favorite. Orioles 4-6. It's a run line underdog here right now. Look, the Orioles have done a good job, but the Yankees still
Critical notice.
They kind of own them a little bit, right? I mean, Yankees here are 10-2 in their last 12. They've beaten Baltimore in 5 straight times. Warren has 37 strikeouts so far this season. Baltimore's recent games have been flying over the total right now. 9 of the last 10, 8 of the last 5 on the 8 of the last 13 on the road, 7 of the last 10 as an underdog. But this head-to-head has gone under in 10 straight games, 10 of the last 11 games have gone under between the Yankees and the O's. So you do get pitching here, and you got a good pitching matchup in this one, man. And look at that total. It's pretty high considering this series. I'm going to take the Yankees here on the run line, maybe a little square, maybe a little easy. But we might have a little premium on the over. Let's see. Not on the under. What am I talking about? So let's see what you got here in this one in the chat between the Orioles and the Yanks here on Friday. Series opener. 9 Legacy is on the Yankees. Roberts going over here in this one. Also, Kane is on the Orioles on the first 5. Give me the Yanks, so I'll take the Yankees run line tonight. Phillies on the road here, taking on Miami. Phillies, a road favorite here, $1.20 with Zach Wheeler making start number 2. 3.6 ERA, 1.2 the whip in that first one. Yuri Perez, 4.6 ERA, 2-2 record. Miami's won 2 straight. Phillies won 3 straight right now. Philly trying to fix this situation. They swept the Giants pretty much with ease, I felt like. But still, Phillies 4-9 on the road so far this season. Miami 4-10 as an underdog, but 10-6 straight up at home here. Phillies are just 5-18 as a run line favorite. And, you end up laying some pretty stiff prices here, but you could get a pretty good one at this point. But still, they're not winning anything. They're hardly winning. How are they going to cover a run line here against the Marlins today? See what you like here in this one with the Phillies and the Marlins. With these two, Miami feels like almost a better value side here a little bit as a dog here right now, but Philadelphia has been a money burner, man. They're down 11 and a quarter units so far, and I don't know if they're justified this road chalk here with Wheeler yet, but Perez doesn't have great numbers here. Both starters, obviously, I want to say elevated ERAs. Wheeler, we got to see a little bit more out of him. We know what we get with Wheeler, but Miami's bullpen's actually been pretty solid here, but the starting pitching volatility may get this one to go over today. So I'm actually going to go over in this one at 8 runs with Philadelphia and Miami here as my pick. Give me the over here in this one at even money. And nothing from the chat here on that one, so I'll just keep it moving here right now. You'll get more picks from the chat as they figure it out here and get over to the new show. Astros and Red Sox here. You've got Burrows here. He's kind of picking up the bulk of the load here, starting pitching wise. Does have a 6.25 ERA for the Red Sox. Here you have prospect Jake Bennett. Bennett has been solid in the minor leagues here so far, almost dominant. And gets the call up here. The Red Sox obviously fired the manager last week, and we'll see here what we get from this young starter in Red Sox, Jake Bennett, here for the Sox today. And very good numbers so far in the minor leagues this season, making his MLB debut here, 0.86 ERA in the minors at Worcester this season. The left-hander, Garrett Crochet, just got placed on the disabled list. That opens the door up here for Jake Bennett, the left-hander, to come in. Crochet has been having some fatigue in his shoulder before Saturday's outing, so he'll be back in 2 weeks. Just take a rest here right now, and so they call up Bennett from AAA. They'll keep him in case they need him for this weekend. He won't make just this one start. He'll be hanging around. And Bennett was a 0.86 ERA for Worcester this season, allowing 2 earned runs, 12 hits, and 3 walks, striking out 16 in 21 innings. Does throw about 93 miles per hour. Has a big mix of pitches as well. So he was acquired from the Nationals, actually. Back in mid-December. So went to Oklahoma, had Tommy John surgery already, but returned last year, had a 2.27 ERA in 19 outings across 3 levels, and arrived at AA Harrisburg. So he's a big-time strike thrower, and his fastball velocity has ticked up. He's in the zone quite a bit and does a good job of holding runners. So we got a good-looking prospect here, it feels like, with Bennett here. He may not even be on some of the starting pitching list yet. I believe they'll have to make the corresponding move here prior to the game. So you'll see that later on. All right, let me see. I got to make my call, I think, here in this one, with the struggling Astros right now. One of the worst teams in the league, man, 12-20. But they did get that win, like I said. And, no doubt Boston did lose in their series to Toronto, 2-1. Meanwhile, Baltimore took 2 of 3 from Houston at Baltimore. So maybe it is a fade of Burrows here, 1.67 whip. Houston also has the worst bullpen in the league right now at 6.63. Houston's gone over in 5 of its last 6. Boston's gone over in 4 of their last 6, and 5 of the last 6 meetings between the two teams have gone over. Fenway Park here plus Houston's bullpen makes it seem like, I don't know, could be a little over situation here. Let's see, how the rookie is going to fare in this one. All right. For me here in this one, man, I think we're going to see some from Bennett here.
Steam playing.
Hey, what you heard in the background is a Steam play. That's part of our featured here on the Morning Steam show. I subscribe to the Don Best uh, odds screen, and they kind of keep track. And when the line is moving at many books at once, it sends out an alert. I turn on the volume over here and it says Steam play, meaning that one team is receiving heavy betting action right now as we speak. I pay good money for this feature. It's not just something I make up. Well, right now the team that's being steamed, it's the Carolina Hurricanes. They're not playing today. We know that, but they are playing in their next series against Philadelphia. Carolina was
Final.
about a $1.90 favorite here, but they're going up right now, and we're seeing that steam come in on Carolina here. Upwards of $2 here right now against Philly in that series opener. Wow. All right, hey Astros, Red Sox here in this one. I'm going to go under here. I'm going to be maybe a little bit contrarian right now. Houston has won 4 straight meetings against the Boston Red Sox here coming in, but again, Houston just 4-12 on the road so far this season, and even though Houston's been a big time over team, Boston is 4-9 on the road, and even though Houston is 22-9 to the over, they're just 10-5 to the over on the road. I guess that doesn't help, but all right, give me the under in this one with Houston and Boston today. And I think Robert's going under here. All right, next up here is Giants taking on the Rays. And, well, you have Giants and Rays and McClanahan. Still seems like a pretty decent pitching matchup here between Colin Ray, Robbie Ray, who's had pretty good numbers, 2.7 ERA, 2-3 record so far, 1.14 WHIP, kind of Robbie Ray-esque from the past. Shane McClanahan, 3.91 ERA, maybe not quite what we usually get from him, but 2-2, and he's still going to be pretty good, 1.26 WHIP so far. Giants just lost the 3 in a row to Philadelphia. Tampa, meanwhile, has been hot, even though they did lose last time out to Cleveland, stopping their winning streak. Tampa, though, is 18-12 so far, 8-4 at home, 10-6 as a favorite. San Francisco just 13-18, 6-9 on the road, and 8-13 so far as a dog. So let's see what you got here. And watching the Ducks over here on the golf course here. We're watching the action so far. Nick Taylor is on the move today out there at the Blue Monster. All right, Giants, Rays, Tampa Bay. They've been profitable so far. Giants on this losing streak. McClanahan is not at his peak form just yet, but maybe he does give him a little bit of a more bankable starter profile in this game. But nonetheless, the Giants here have a good option with Ray. You got a couple left-handers here making it for an interesting matchup today, but I just like the Rays all year long, it seems like right now. This number, the total, 7.5. Giants offense is just hard to trust right now, period. So I think here at the beautiful Trop, they said that all of a sudden this new ballpark that Tampa, maybe it's going to get stalled again. And Tampa's just going to spend the rest of their life at the beautiful Trop where they dominate. Come on. So I don't know if Tampa's home setup gives this one an underlean to me, especially if McClanahan does this thing and limits the walks like he can. I'm taking the Rays here in this one. Give me Tampa Bay to keep on winning. Giants struggling here. Yeah, I talk about the NL West, but man, the Rays are, I don't know. It feels like they're top 5 at this point, maybe top 10, but man, 18-12, they're doing it again. They're the Rays. See what the chat has to say, if anything, here.
Final.
Cleveland Pops is on the Rays. 9 Legacy's on the Giants. And Bobby Mack on the Rays. Hey, we're making good time here, and don't forget our coverage, I believe, has started over there. I'll probably see if I can find it here real quick, but it's Oaks Day here on the Sports Money Network. So we have our coverage underway uh, here with the Kentucky Oaks. We're not quite ready to go, so we're going to get going. Maybe I should get off the air here. Let's keep going. Toronto here right now taking on the Twins, Corbin and Woods Richardson. Woods Richardson has struggled there with a 6.3 ERA so far. He's 0-4. Patrick Corbin, 3.72 ERA, no record to show. Just getting his season underway. He was a little bit delayed here for the left-hander. Toronto here did win their series, as we mentioned, over Boston, and then they lost to Minnesota yesterday, 7-1. They were a little bit listless, actually, as Minnesota got the win. So that was of concern. Minnesota they definitely have been struggling here right now. But Woods Richardson, rough numbers as well. So let's see, though, what you have here in this one. A total 8.5, over 15 right now. Minnesota is just 1-7 in their last 8 games and just 1-6 in their last 7 games at home right now. Patrick Corbin's been steadier. Woods Richardson has a 1.7 whip. Minnesota and Toronto have gone over in 9 straight meetings. Minnesota's bullpen ERA is 5.15. So I'm going to take the over in this one. I tell you what, the Sharps are probably on the under here, but I'm going to take the over here with Toronto and Minnesota. Minnesota 17-12 to the over this season, 9-5 to the over at home, and 5-2 to the over as a favorite. Toronto's just kind of a 50-50 proposition when it comes to over-under. So give me the over here with the Blue Jays and the Twins here in Minneapolis. The chat can comment here right now if they'd like. And we've got here, thank you, Razor. Okay, is that? Thank you, Razor. Yep, we can our coverage here started, but big day with the Oaks today. Make sure you're tuned in with us. Over here for Robert. It's a ladies' day at Churchill Downs. Dodgers and Cardinals here with Emmett Sheehan, $1.75, like it's going out of style. Don't they know that St. Louis here is looking like the old Cardinals right now? They're 18-13, man. Come on. They're only 2 games back of the Dodgers this season. Sheehan, 4.78 ERA. Liberatore, 4.74 ERA. Sheehan is 0-2, however. Liberatore, 0-1, but still. St. Louis has just beat Pittsburgh 4 straight games. Now, Pittsburgh is starting to slump, no doubt about it. But Cardinals were underdogs in all those games. So right now the Cardinals are best underdog team in the league. 17-12 here as a dog. That's why they're one of the most profitable teams along with the Reds so far. Dodgers are 20-11 here so far this season. They've been favored in every game, but I don't know. The Dodgers are 15-16 as a run line favorite. The Cardinals are 19-10 as a run line dog. Well, at this price, I'm going to have to try the Cardinals here. They're playing well. Yeah, they're not the best series against the Dodgers, but they've had their share of victories against them last season. And we got them here. The Cardinals are only minus $1.15 on the run line. So I'm going to take the Cards here on the run line against the Dodgers today at minus $1.15 plus a run and a half here. The Dodgers are obviously the better team, but with this price, I don't know about this $1.75. Sometimes the Dodgers, they score 6, 7, 8 runs, and then they score 1. That really, they are a little bit inconsistent. Hey, we are getting some more steam in the background right now, and it's on the under in the Cleveland-Toronto game. Well, I went over, but the steam's coming in on the under right now. Just to show you, if you're new to the show, take a look at your just to show you that I'm not just making this up for views. Take a look at your apps right now. I mean, that game was clearly about 220 Right now it's down to 219, 218.5 here. The steam is in right now. Cleveland and Toronto, a sharp move coming in. Market wide on the under in the Cavaliers Raptors game. I don't know if I'm buying it, but it's in. All right, let's see here I'm taking the Cardinals here on the run line in this one. Dodgers road games have gone under, by the way, in 7 of their last 9, and the series has gone under in 6 of the last 8. Both starters are obviously hittable, but the trend profile feels like an under here for the most part. Let me go to the chat here and see what we got here with the chat all-stars. St. Louis for Cleveland Pops. Next up, Braves here taking on the Rockies. Braves on the road, $1.80. This isn't quite Dodgers Cardinals when it comes to the increased price here, but the Braves are coming in here with a 3.6 Holmes here, Grant Holmes, 3.619. 3.61 ERA, 2-1 record, 22-10 are the Braves right now. Colorado comes in 14-18. They're definitely playing well for them. Quintana here, 4.9 ERA, 1-2 record. Colorado is 14-18, but they're better than a few teams in this league, that's for sure. The Braves here are 18-9 as a run line favorite. The Rockies are 20-12 as a run line underdog so far. Rockies have done a nice job here. I kind of want to take them today in this matchup with the Braves, at least on the run line here. I know the Braves have kind of owned the Rockies too. It's I think, let me get this right here. I think it's 15-5 in the last 20 right now. Atlanta's been 12-3 in their last 15 overall, 8-1 in their last 9 on the road. The head-to-head, the under trend is there, but with Coors Field and Quintana, 1.53 whip. Want to get this news out here right now. A little bit of breaking news here. The Diamondbacks, Kettle Marte, it's a day game, so he's getting his rest day. It looks like today he is not in the starting lineup. Marte, not in the starting lineup for the day game this afternoon for the Cubs. Okay, so, hey, in this one, give me the Rocks. I'm taking them here on the run line today, plus a run and a half against these hot Braves. You probably don't want to step in front of the Braves. Allow me to do so. I will take the Rockies plus a run and a half. Again, Braves are really uncanny, 18-9 as a run line favorite, but Colorado 20-12 as a run line dog. The Braves don't win them all here. Actually, so let's see if the chat has anything here. It's going to be Cleveland Pops. He's on the over in this one. All right, the Mets here taking on the Angels. You've got Christian Scott, my man, going for the lowly Mets. Fortunately, they're taking on the lowly Angels. Maybe they found someone they can beat. Maybe they didn't. The way the Mets are going, I don't trust them against anybody, not even the worst team in the league here in the Angels. Now, to be fair, the Angels have a better record than the Mets. They're probably not better than the Mets, I don't think. But I kind of want to take it here at this with this money right now. I think I'd be more favored, more interested in taking the Angels here in this one at plus 105. Christian Scott's a young pitcher here, 6.75 ERA without a decision so far this season for the Angels here. Walbert Urania, 4.75 record, 0-3, 4.76 ERA, 0-3 record coming into this one. You have right now the Angels, like I said, both teams, poor records. The Mets have been The Angels are bad. We know that. The Mets have been a joke. 4-9 on the road, 8-15 is a favorite. Angels, though, 5-7 at home, 9-17 as an underdog here. I'm going to say the Mets continue. I would almost trust the Mets more right now if they were playing against a formidable team out here on the West Coast. What is up with the Mets? Haven't they already been out here on the West Coast once? they're coming back already. That doesn't sound great. So I'm going to say kind of as if the Mets. I'd prefer them if they were playing the Giants right now, maybe more than the Angels. Maybe if they're playing the Padres or the
Final.
Dodgers. I think playing the Angels are probably the worst thing that could happen to them right now. The way they're playing so poorly, man, this offense has been so bad for the Mets. All that money in their, second from last in batting average, last in RBIs, next to last in total runs, third, fourth from the bottom in home runs. I'm going to take the Angels here with Walbert Urena and just see if they can get it done. Look, they're no good. I'm not telling you they're any good. I'm just still going against the Mets here with the mental block I think that they have. It feels like to me. I'm taking the Angels here. Don't get me wrong. I think the Angels are the worst team in the league. Cleveland Pops is on the Mets. Robert's on the over here. But I think there's something wrong with those Mets. We're almost done with the morning steam. Then we're going to get you out to coverage of Oaks Day here on the Sports Money Network, one of the biggest horse racing days of the year. Guardians and Athletics here in this one. Head out to the Cantillo. Cantillo comes in here, 2.96 ERA. JT Ginn, 3.24 ERA for the Athletics. Cleveland was struggling until they finally were able to pick up a victory there against Tampa Bay. The Athletics, meanwhile, are 17-14. They've looked pretty good. The Athletics are 16-6. Did Cleveland move to a favorite here? I gotta take a look at this here. Yeah, I gotta flip-flop this here. Yeah. Cleveland's at least about $1.15 favorite right now. Total here, 9.5 under 15. Cleveland's a favorite across the board here in this one right now. A's are having a pretty good run here right now. A little bit, they're slightly better than the Guardians here record-wise. But let's see what you have here in this one, in this American League game. Cantillo taking on JT Ginn. And let's get ready in the chat for your pick. But first, you've got the Guardians here who dominated this series actually historically, but maybe the current form favors the A's here right now. They're up 5 2/3 units this season. Ginn has a 1.0 whip, and so I think Oakland is live here as now a dog in this game. Why not? I think the Sharps are going to take Cleveland, but both teams kind of trend under here, even with the A's of late. However, when they're at home, they are 9-4 to the over, and Cleveland is 9-7 to the over on the road. But 4 of the last 5 meetings have gone under here, and yeah, we do have a high total of 9.5, which may be a little bit higher than, first 10 games or so were all overs here in Oakland. In fact, they were 9-1. I think they've gone under in 3 straight in that series against Kansas City. They did win the series 2-1, but all 3 games went under. Cleveland, meanwhile, did lose that series to Tampa Bay here. So I'm going to try the under in this one with Cantillo and Ginn. Give me the under here. 2 decent starters, it feels like right now. Ginn's numbers are definitely decent here at 1.08 whip and 19 strikeouts so far, and Cantillo's been good. So give me the under here in this one. Let's see what the chat has. Over for Cleveland Pops. Yes, and don't forget, thank you, Ray. I love Razor's channel. We got these updates to keep reminding me so I can say it. But also, don't forget, top of the hour right here on the Sports Money Network. It's Bases Loaded. Mikey Money and Sharky Waters. They're going to go over the baseball games for you, and they'll give you some picks here. I'm giving you some picks right now. Let's continue on. White Sox at my Padres. If you don't know, I'm a native San Diegan living in Las Vegas. I'm a Padres fan. They've never won the World Series. I'm from San Diego. San Diego don't have any teams left, but I've never celebrated the World Championship in any sport significant. I've never experienced a championship parade. I've never felt the euphoria. If the Padres ever won, I'd probably cry. If they win, we might get the first championship right here on the Sports Money Network. Tune in this October. But I've never won anything. Now, I will say this. The San Diego Soccer's indoor soccer team just won the MASL championship this past Monday for their 17th championship of all time. One of the greatest franchises in indoor soccer. It doesn't count. Doesn't count. All right, here we go. White Sox, Padres. Padres among the best in the league. We know that. 19-11 right now. They have lost 3 of 4. The White Sox have won 3 straight. Had a great series again. A great series at home against the Angels. Okay, like I said, I think the Angels are probably the worst team in the league now. Padres here lost 2 of 3 to the Cubs, actually. Cubs brought the power a little bit there. Padres are still 10-6 at home, 12-5 as a favorite. You know, the Padres, you think of all these exciting wins. They've had all these walk-offs, and Padres are 12-5 as a run line favorite, 12-4 as a run line favorite at home, as a run line on the run line at home. They were actually dog in one of those games, but White Sox here 16-15, actually doing a pretty nice job this season. Very enthusiastic here. I'm going to take the over in this one. I know the Padres, they might be able to take this run line here with that record, but I think I'll go over here in this one. You know, the White Sox are 18-11 to the over so far this season, 11-5 to the over on the road, and 16-11 to the over as an underdog here. So White Sox playing pretty well right now in that series against the Halos. Padres have won 3 straight meetings between these two teams. They swept the White Sox last year in an early season series there. Or no, 2 of 3 last year at Chicago. Let's see what the chat has to say, but I'm on the over here in this one with the White Sox and the Padres tonight at Petco. Give me the over. Padres 9-6 to the over at home. Cleveland Pops is on the White Sox, and Robert McCormick on the White Sox in the first 5 here. Oh, man, we've got only 1 game left here, and the morning steam first edition here on the new Sports Money Network is over. We got so much awesome programming. And also want to thank Razor and Mike for that awesome shell that makes me look incredibly handsome. Now, one thing that I do here on the show is I use the visual effects to enhance my appearance. And when I do so, like I'm going to turn me up here right now to make me try to look younger, it does take up more memory on the computer. So the stronger I move myself to look younger with the AI bar, the more my computer slows down, so I can't make myself look too good. Okay, here you go. Royals and Dragons going up against the Mariners and Brian Wu. For the Royals here, they've dropped 2 straight right now. Dragons, a 5 ERA, 1-4 record. That's not the Cole Dragons we're used to. And the Royals obviously have had some problems here right now to the start of their season. Seattle also was slumping, but they've kind of come back here all of a sudden. 500 ball club here, 10-7 at home right now for the Mariners. You know, these are the ones they're supposed to get and maybe even get good. But the Royals here are 3-12 on the road so far this season, and 3-10 as an underdog. So, maybe this is the right matchup for Seattle. I think Wu probably deals here and keeps this Royals team down. They're not really scoring that well here. Scored just 9 runs in that series against the A's, losing the series there to them. Seattle, meanwhile, closed out the series over the Twins. They had a good series there. They also had a good series against the Cardinals. So starting to get the Mariners going here a little bit again. I'm going to take the under in this one with Dragons and Woo. Give me the under in this one. All right. We'll get it back with the chat here a little bit. And once we get all the chat pros over from the other, they're probably looking for me right now. Hope they probably think I've passed out. But that's going to do it here for the morning team. Let's get ready for the other shows. Let's get ready for a big day of horse racing and the big race tomorrow with the Derby. And we'll have the coverage here on the new Sports Money Network. Again, thank you to Razor and Mike for such a great partnership. Man, this is no turning back, man. This is it. You're going to see a lot of great programming for those newcomers. I won't say newcomers, really, you're already part of Razor's channel. You're seeing newcomers come into your territory, but you've already seen us a lot of times, probably on some of these shows with Razor, the Monday nights, the Thursday nights, the football games and all that. So you know what you're getting. You're getting hardcore sports betting information. We're not screwing around here on the Sports Money Network. So thank you again. It's going to be an awesome time here. This is just the first of many. I'm here 7 days a week at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Make sure you're joining me here on the morning team. Bring your picks. I want to see what you've got. I want to see how we're beating the books here. So I want to see your picks in the chat. That's how we run the show here. All right. All right. I think I had a good time. I'd keep you a little longer, but it was just tough to get on the air anyways here with the guys on the new setup. So really appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys in the chat. Don't forget, try me out over at winnable.com/Ramon. This is where you can get more picks from me, actually my best picks. What you're getting here is, well, I don't want to say the leftovers. I make a pick in every game. I preview every game. You're getting my best effort on these games, but my best picks are over at winnable.com/Ramon. Usually have a couple packages come out today in different sports. Today's a big college baseball day. If you want to bet some college baseball with me, sign up over there. $19.95 a month. That's going to get you in with me. Use the promo code STEAM. That'll take it down to about $17.41 a day when I add another week. Give you 5 weeks. If you get a week, I'll give you 10 days. If you get a month, I'll give you an extra week. If you get 3 days, I'll give you 5 days. I just keep giving everybody, extend that. I control it. I control the winnable over there. So usually if I have a rough day, I go put on another day or two. So please check me out over at winnable.com. Let's hear from Mikey Money. He's going to tell you how it works.
Hey, it's Mikey Money here, letting you know the Sports Money team is live on Winnable. Come check out our best bets.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays, and they're sent right to your phone right when we drop them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with Winnable.
All right, and I do a little drawing every day to give 1 month away of the picks so you can check them out. And I'm going to show you right now how that works. Whoops. I'm going to show you right now how that works. And give away 1 month. We only had 8 commenters today, but we'll get more. They'll be here, I promise, I think, or I'm not going to be around. We'll be around. Come on. Who's got it here? Who's going to win it? Jermaine, one of our great commenters there, gets 1 free month. So you can win 2 with me when you subscribe here, or just comment with us here. All right, that's going to do it here for the show. Stay tuned for the great programming today here on the new Sports Money Network. Hey, Razor Sharp picks. He's still Razor Sharp, but we're all part of the fam now here on the Sports Money Network. All right, that's going to do it from Las Vegas and for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long from Vegas.